The Duke of Sussex was believed to be very close with his father for years, up until Harry showed their relationship in a different light during his bombshell Oprah Winfrey interview in March. He claimed Charles stopped taking my calls when he began to instigate his own departure from the firm, and alleged his family literally cut me off financially in the first quarter of 2020. Describing how their relationship might move forward, Harry said, "There's a lot to work through there. I feel really let down because he's been through something similar. He knows what pain feels like, and Archie's his grandson." Royal commentator and co-author of Finding Freedom, Omid Scobie, claimed that it was these confessions about their relationship which were one of the most interesting aspects of the tell-all. Mr. Scobie said, "The insight into the relationship with Charles was most interesting to me. Because in fact it was so opposite to the briefing and guidance regularly given by Clarence House and the Palace about how Harry and Charles were still close. It was the Palace that was often telling the press, including myself, that Charles was keen to fund and support Harry and Meghan. This has become a recent source of contention as Clarence House's financial records for last year show the Prince of Wales did support the Sussexes from April 2020 until July. Sussex representatives have argued that this is what Harry meant when he said he was cut off in the first quarter of 2020, referring to the financial year rather than the calendar year. Still, many believed the greatest royal rift was between Harry and his older brother Prince William at the time of the Sussexes' dramatic exit last year, until the Duke of Sussex cast his father in such an unflattering light. Analyzing how Harry's words will stick to Charles in the future, Mr. Scobie continued, "I don't think that will really go, or be of any help to him, in his sort of image rehab journey that he's been on the past 20 years that has already taken a huge hit by the 4th season of The Crown." Despite once being considered a charming member of the firm, Charles's extramarital affair with Camilla Parker Bowles during his marriage with Princess Diana, and their subsequent divorce, severely tarnished his image. While he managed to salvage his reputation in the years after his ex-wife's death, and even wed Camilla, Netflix's fictionalized series, The Crown, retold the story of his first marriage breakdown, and triggered a fresh wave of online abuse towards Charles. The Crown is expected to continue covering the lives of the royal family up until the early noughties, meaning several new series could spell further trouble for Charles. With Harry's harsh words added into the mix, the Prince of Wales' popularity has dropped among royal fans. According to YouGov polls, he is the 7th most popular royal, liked by just 45% of Britons. Despite the opportunity to reconcile with his relatives at Prince Philip's funeral in April, the Duke of Sussex continued his tirade against his father when he appeared on Dax Shepard's podcast, Armchair Expert, and in his own docuseries, The Me You Can't See. Harry even accused his family of total neglect, and said he wanted to break the cycle of genetic pain he inherited from his parents. It remains unclear whether the Sussexes will continue speaking out against the firm when their 5-month break has concluded in the autumn. But, it seems unlikely that Harry will be able to reconcile with his father anytime soon. Charles chose to be in Scotland when his estranged son returned to the UK for the unveiling of the Princess Diana Memorial statue earlier this month. Some reports suggested the Prince of Wales wanted to leave the boys to it, while others have since claimed Charles was planning a one-on-one dinner with Harry to thrash things out. But, the Duke of Sussex flew home to the US less than 24 hours after the statue unveiling. Mr. Scobie also suggested that, regardless of the consequences for the Prince of Wales, he believes Princess Diana would have been proud of Harry. Speaking to US outlet E! News, he continued, "If there's one thing Diana stood for, it was telling your truth and having a voice and making sure others have a voice. So I think to see her son find his voice and be unafraid to use it when really everything is at stake, I imagine she would be incredibly proud."